In my opinion, Grease Pencil is one of the coolest features of Blender, and it's a shame I have not been using it this whole time. So I came up with this idea of creating manga art by mixing 3D and 2D, and of course it was just an excuse to draw again. I miss drawing. Real bad. But most importantly, this gives me the freedom of reproducing extreme cartoony expressions even with a 3D model. With that in mind, I made a Naruto 3D model, gave it some manga shader I stole from Christoph, and here's the result. I know, it's crazy. And yes, I obviously made some animations. What's even crazier is how easy it was to make. Not selling dreams here, you still need to know a bit about modeling and rigging, and grease pencil of course. But once you master the basics, you'll be creating your own drawings in no time. This model took me about like 3 to 4 days to finish. It obviously was not modeled from scratch. I started with a base model and worked my way up. The idea here was not to make a detailed model. I only needed something looking like Naruto and on which I could draw. So I closed the eyes but kept the mouth open and added teeth and a tongue so I could get a nice looking mouse from profile view. I then put some claws on him and my bow was already flaming hot. The most important part was the shading. Since I always like finding shortcuts, I went on the internet to find if there was not somebody somewhere who made free manga shaders. Found them, gave it to my boy, adjusted to my liking, then I played with the lighting to get the harsh lines on the spots I want. Texturing done, but I wanted to be able to animate this guy. Comes my least favorite part. But remember, I always go with the easiest way, so I used Rigify. Got this boy flexing in no time. Rigged the headband for animation purposes, of course, and used the shape keys for the hairs. Easier. Look at that, 3D model Naruto, done. Now on to drawing. Brought out the tablet, plug in the cable. Both ends. Open the blender, append the Okage. Then let's add some lights. Now, the setup is easy. First I'm going to pose the model using the controls. Then I'm going to add a blank grease pencil object, so I can go into draw mode. Now choose your favorite brush, do your settings, choose whether you want the drawing to sit on top of the model's face or just on the viewing plane. Personally, I choose the face option so that I can reuse some lines even if I change my viewing angle. It's harder to do that with the other option. Finally, we can start drawing. We do not need to worry too much about layers right now, because we're just adding line art. If you need to color fill something, you can always create a second layer for that. Now I just look at some reference images and try to reproduce it. Let's take it a little further now. For the animation, it's the same principle as for a single drawing. I'm gonna go with a very simple animation of Naruto standing still with his hairs and headband ties moving to the wind. So first I pose the model, then for the sake of the video I'm going to draw only one frame for the face. Notice here how the physical mouse is bothering me. Solution? Paint over it and redraw the mouse you want. This is a real flex. Few keyframes for the hairs and headband here and there, and look at that. Easy. Mixing 2D and 3D has always been my dream since I discovered Blender. I'm really happy with the result I got from this experimentation. Grease pencil or just Blender in general can be a little intimidating when you're getting started. Just know that you don't need to learn everything from the beginning. Do projects you like, follow tutorials, and pick up new skills as you go. And before you realize it, you'll be making your own projects in no time. I hope this inspires you to get started learning grease pencil and Blender in general, and remember to have fun during the process. It's the most important. I hope this video was enjoyable to you, and let me know if you want more content of this type. I'd be glad to do it. Thanks for watching and see you around. Take care.